Hello, dear Taurus. I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your May 2022 horoscope. And let me just start off by saying happy birthday. I know this is your birthday month. Some of you April Tauruses right at the end there are already celebrating, especially as we have a partial solar eclipse in your sign, a new moon at the end of April, beginning of May here. So what a great way to kick off this birthday month. And also we have Venus entering the sign of Aries, so your ruler, kicking off the month as well in the 12th house. So we have a new moon in your sign, as well as Venus entering the 12th house for you. And what this is setting up for this month is it allows you to go really deep into the subconscious, into the universal love and wisdom, and to be able to pull out the information, the ability to really do some psychological healing and some spiritual awareness that you can bring to others, that you can use as the ability to offer your gifts and to shine, and for others to see you as this beautiful healer, the beautiful provider, the one who's stable, the one who people just want to be around. You know, Taurus is just friendly by nature and people are drawn to you. So you will find that during this entire month, even though we have Mercury retrograding in Gemini, that you'll find that people are wanting to show up for you in a good way. And it happens just so naturally. You also may find that your interest in spiritual matters, or your interest in the healing and the great compassion and being able to offer a sense of, I'm going to say, soothing balm for yourself and maybe for others. If you've had some trauma in the past, if there's been betrayal, if there's been some things that just haven't felt quite right, maybe there's some real grief, deep grief that you have yet to work through. Well, Jupiter enters Aries on May 10th, in further activating that 12th house. And this is going to magnify anything that you are dedicating yourself for healing or for offering great compassion. And it may be that you have to also help someone else who's going through that. It's a perfect setup if you, Taurus, are working in, say, the healing arts or the mental health field. Also, you can find that your loved ones will naturally need your comfort, your love, your support, and you'll have Jupiter, like the guardian angel in that 12th house, protecting you and protecting your loved ones. The downside, if you will, to this 12th house activation is that there's usually a crisis involved. Now, that crisis doesn't always mean you. It could mean that, say, a friend or a coworker or a loved one just needs your assistance, and you can sit with them. You know, I see a lot of you Tauruses maybe doing 11th hour work, meaning if you work at hospice or you feel drawn to it, that may be something that suddenly you're activated to say, you know what, I have a lot of people in my life who are elderly and I want to sit by their side as they make their transition. While we know that life and death happens on a regular basis, it's the natural cycles of this human experience. Death is not always an easy thing. And I know that a lot of astrologers associate 8th house with death, and that's true. At the same time, the 12th house is about collecting all of the signs, all of the energy, and giving it back into the consciousness, into the unity. And so this also has a good indication that the death, if you will, isn't necessarily the physical death. It could be the ending of a belief system, the ending of a cycle, and that you're ready to step into something new. And this, it can't be even more emphasized than at the Scorpio full moon activating your 7th house. That's on May 16th. It's a lunar eclipse. This is our first set of eclipses in your sign and Scorpio. And so this is saying that any relationships that have not served you, you're ready to let them go. And if there have been some relationships from the past, some conversations, some betrayals, some feelings of inadequacy or not enough, all of that you may be finding with the Mercury retrograde in Gemini, that it's coming back to heal, to be reborn in a whole new way. And at this full moon lunar eclipse in your seventh house, you can find that the past is behind you. You can start something new. That includes past love relationships that you get to rebuild in a whole new way, or you finally are able to let them go completely and start something new. And you're ready, Taurus. You really are. You're ready for a new foundation. You're ready for a new way of life. But it doesn't happen quite easily at the beginning of the month. And I don't say that to discourage you by any means. What I'm saying is that the struggle is worth it, because you will be able to work through some very deep healing. And that's a beautiful thing, so that you can free yourself of anything that holds you back from being the best version of yourself, anything that allows you to really give the way that you can give. You're very generous. And with Jupiter in that 12th house, you may be very generous of spirit and very generous of love and wisdom that you can offer to others as well. You can also find, as the sun enters Gemini in your second house on the 21st, and with Mercury retrograding here, that you'll have some talks about ways in which you can continue to build your business, or you can continue to build your resources so that you can provide greater income or greater opportunities and values for yourself, for your loved ones, and for the things that mean the most to you. The conversations you may find you have around learning about a new role that you take on after this Scorpio full moon. Some of you will have let go of one income and received a new one. And please don't get discouraged if you are a Taurus that has been unemployed, that this month of May could have you solidifying a new role. Even though Mercury retrograde, they say don't sign contracts and things like that. It's perfectly fine if something from the past has come back, so you can wrap it up. And if you've been waiting to hear that good news about that next role for yourself, I feel as though around this full moon that you will be able to get that, because this is seventh house, which has to do with partnerships and contracts. And also, Mercury will retrograde back into your sign on the 23rd. So if you don't hear about this contract, or you don't sign that new income resource at that time, just wait until Mercury gets back into your sign in that first house, because it will have people reviewing what is it that Taurus does really well. And why do they deserve that promotion, or why do they deserve that job? I will say a few of you Tauruses will have some particular income that said, nope, maybe you applied for a job a month ago and they said, sorry, we've hired somebody else. They're going to come back and they're going to say, that didn't work out. We'd really love to re-interview you. We'd really love to bring you on. Also, this has an opportunity for you to look back at what is most meaningful in your life, and who is most meaningful, and what do I need in order to energize myself, and in order to support me, because I'm supporting so many other people. Now, Mars enters Aries on the 24th, and this activates that 12th house. This could stir up some of those quote unquote demons, those inner demons that you're working with. But here's the thing, it allows you to be able to fight for the causes, the people, the things that you really believe in, and the things that activate you to be able to help others. So you work with your own quote unquote demons so that you can then also be a great benefit for others. You may also find that there's some conflict that shows up unexpectedly that triggers some old wounding. Maybe there's some things that you just didn't even know were there. And now you get to work through it, and you get to lead, and you get to do your work so that, as they say, we teach what we most need to learn. And you'll find that your past history and all the experiences you've had show up so that you can be of greater benefit for others. And you're going to naturally draw to you people who can relate to your situation, which adds more income to you if that is something, the field that you're working in. As far as personal relationship, romantic, I do want to touch on that in each video here. And that is that if you have been sorting through some deeper stuff with you and, say, a loved one, or you and your bonded partner, or if you're single. So let's just talk about that for a second. that this is an opportunity for you to roll up your sleeves and say, I'm not going to back off of this conflict. I'm going to work through it. I want to have these tougher conversations. And with Jupiter in your 12th house, remember the guardian angel here, it is going to be able to protect the situation, protect you from something worse that could possibly happen. And also, don't be afraid to have those times where you pull back and you just kind of say, you know what, I need to back off and take care of myself first before I communicate with you what's really going on. And then you approached your bonded partner, or you put yourself out there to the world to connect and say, you know what, now I'm really ready to date because I've done my work. I know my worth. I know my value. And with Venus entering Taurus in that first house on the 28th, again, your ruler, your sign, this is going to be a beautiful time right around Memorial Day weekend for you to say, I'm ready to circulate. I'm ready to meet somebody who really lines with my values, when, especially with this Gemini new moon on the 30th. So that activates your second house and you're going, I've done my work. Use the first part of May to go really deep into your sense of worth, as well as that subconscious, those deeper places to say, you know what? I know who I am and I'm okay with it. And I can show up authentically and I can allow myself to enjoy life and some of the simplicities of life. If anybody can do that, it's you, Taurus. And you'll find single Taurus, you'll attract easily that person who enjoys the same things that you do and also brings out the best in you. You'll like who you are when you're with them. That's how you'll know this is the right person for you to date. And if you're in a bonded relationship, you'll find that at the end of the month, your partner can lavish you with all kinds of attention and love and confirmation that you are their person and that the gifts that you bring to them have great, great value. You can also find, Taurus, that you're going to willingly and generously give of your time and your thoughts, and people will just naturally want to listen and they're going to want to be around you. Do pay attention during the Mercury retrograde time of not signing contracts that have to do with anything new. So you don't really want to start a new business during the month of May. Wait until June to do that. If you are starting a new job, it's fine if it's something you've interviewed from the past. But as far as like applying for jobs, I would wait until June. Do a lot of research, talk to recruiters, headhunters, that sort of thing during the month of May. And then you'll find that June is where things start to speed up for you and you get those offers and those interviews and that sort of thing. There's a lot of behind the scenes talks that can happen as well during this month of May. So utilize this as a time to research the things that maybe you need for a particular position or that you are most interested in so that you can offer your gifts to others. This is a big time for you to work independently as well. So the month of May isn't necessarily a good launching month. It's a great time for research, retreat, as well as healing and finding the things, just maybe further anchoring the things that you do really well. And the more you have this confidence, that's a great word for this month. Use the month of May to build the confidence in yourself, in the things that you have value, and particularly the relationships that you value, and have those conversations so that you know, hey, I need that assurance that we're on the same page, and that builds the confidence so that you can step out into the world and you can really be the light that you are, Taurus. All right, I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and please find me at jamiedawn.com. I look forward to hearing how this month goes for you. Take care.